Ubisoft is going to be putting out Assassin's Creed Shadows. The first Assassin's Creed game is going to be based in Japan in the Sengoku period. Now, one would think you're going to be doing that. Maybe you should put, I don't know, a ninja as an assassin, or maybe a monk who got betrayed and, decided to learn the deadly arts to get revenge against those who betrayed him and save him. That sounds like a really good idea for a game. That sounds like something people could actually get into. No, instead, they decided to go with Yasuke, a 6'2" black man, because nobody's ever going to be able to pick him out of a crowd. Yep, that's their genius plan, because again, when DEI overrides common sense, the best thing to do is to keep doing it. Don't worry about the blowback, don't worry about the fallout, no. They are in the right for doing this absolute and utter nonsense and then want to act like, well, everybody's supposed to be okay with it, because if you are not okay with it, you're a racist or a racist or a realist or whatever the hell they want to call it. This kind of istaphobe or this instant, that is all kind of different crap they try to push on it. Well, Japan ain't having none of that crap, because as far as they're concerned, don't screw with their culture. And they're damn right for it. Let's get into this. From bungling into comics. Japanese players petition Ubisoft to cancel Assassin's Creed Shadows, accused game of being a serious insult to Japanese culture and history. And it is. It is. Now, like I stated before, when I did a video on this before, if they had just made a Yasuke game, and I said, everybody know this is pure fiction, that's what it is, okay, nobody would have a problem with it. I am quite sure people would go buy the game, play, enjoy it. Nobody would have a problem with it. Nobody. But that's not what they're doing. They want to change history to say, listen, Yasuke was this black samurai, even though there is no historical evidence to say he was ever a samurai. The most we know is that he was a retainer. That's it. He was never a samurai, as far as we are aware. But no, people went out looking to change Wikipedia article because these people are deranged. That's what's wrong with them. They're literally deranged. You're trying so desperately, so bloody desperately to appease to your woke overlords or whatever the hell they want to call them. And you're perfectly happy to go and make changes or something that you have no business doing. But no, you don't want to do this. If you had, like I said again, if you had this main Yasuke game, let everybody know this is pure fiction, okay, you wouldn't have a problem with it. But no, you decide your first Assassin's Creed game that you're doing in Japan. No, you have to put a black man, a 6'2" black man, as one of the main protagonists in it, and act like this is supposed to be perfectly acceptable. Because as far as these people are concerned, black people didn't exist before 2018, and they need to be the ones championing the cause of them. I'm a black man, and I find this to be very stupid, absolutely stupid. You could have made a game, but as I said before, I say again, the same people who will never, if they decide to do an Assassin's Creed game and base it in Africa, in some kind of modern city, something like that, and then decide to put a white man as the protagonist, the same people who are going to kick up storm against it. So no, it's only racist when they decide to do it. When they don't decide to do it, no, it's not racist then. Idiots. To the surprise of no one with a grain of sense, so true. Japanese players are not happy with Ubisoft's decision to use Assassin's Creed's first official foray into the island nation as a platform for more diversity activism. It makes no freaking sense. None. In the video that I did previously, one of the people who worked on the game, he said that there was an idea before to do this thing with this monk which actually made much more sense. But no, you so desperate to push your diversity activism for shit that you're going to go into a game set in the Sengoku period. You understand me? And put a 6'2" black man as a samurai and say, well, okay. I mean, how is that supposed to work for him as an assassin? You can imagine that? They would be there like, the Lord has been slain. The Lord has been slain. Look for anybody suspicious who might be an assassin. Probably a 6'2" black man with dreadlocks. Probably, but we can't say that out loud because that's considered racism, but you should probably keep an eye on him. Come on now, man. God. Yeah. Taking place in the Sengoku era of feudal Japanese history, the upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows will tell its story through the eyes of two distinct protagonists. Naoe, a completely fictional female ninja, and Yasuke, a highly romanticized version of the real-world black African man who briefly served as a retainer to the famous Japanese warlord Oda Nobunaga. Again, you could have just gone with this as a made a Yasuke game, fiction, and moved on with it, no problem. But if you're going to do Assassin's Creed, you need to have it make sense. Don't try to change history to fit whatever the hell you hope it's going to make. Like, come on. The lady here as a ninja could probably work. But nobody's going to pick out the 6'2" black man with dreadlocks out of a crowd as an assassin. Come on now, man. Notably, the decision to feature Yasuke as one of the game's protagonists marks the first time in the entirety of Assassin's Creed that a real-world historical figure, albeit a highly fictionalized version of them, will be made available as a playable character. Yeah, you could have gone with anything else, but no. I tell you, these people are so ingrained in their own craziness now, it's not even funny. So ingrained in it, this whole thing makes no sense. And for some reason, you're acting like people shouldn't see that. They should just buy into it. Shut up and consume. That's what they want. To this end, believing that Shadow's portraying of Yasuke excuse me, as a full-blown samurai rather than a simple retainer was both culturally insulting and outright attempt at historical revisionism, one unhappy player took to change.org on June 19 to launch a petition demanding that Ubisoft not only take the game back to the drawing board, but wholesale cancel their plans for its development. Now let's take a look at this petition here, because it's actually very interesting. All right. The signatures, they have 70,354 signatures at present. Their goal is 75,000 signatures. Now, just yesterday when I checked this, these signatures, well, at the time of this video, when I checked this, these signatures were at 68,000 or something like that. It was 66 or 68,000, I don't know offhand exactly. And look where it's reached now. So they're going to hit the 75,000 goal. And just in case you're thinking this isn't, let me refresh the page so you could see. Right. Again, 70,000 signatures. They're going to reach their goal of 75,000 signatures because people are offended by this, and it's Japanese people who are offended in mobile because you don't go into people's culture and decide you're not going to screw around with it for your own amusement. Because I figure, well, we could do this because we so heavily involved in our own activism. Everybody must love it. Recently, a serious issue of historical accuracy, this is what the person put out there, and lack of cultural respect has been raised about game developers Ubisoft's upcoming release Assassin's Creed Shadows. The person who created it who created the petition is Shimizu Toru. Right? The game is based on the subject of Japanese samurais samurai and ignores the fact that samurai are a higher class of samurai samurai and should be gokimono, or servants of nobility. In fact, the first European to receive the title of samurai, William Adams, was a bannerman with 250 koku, and then they want to talk about all of this and how he was served as Tokugawa. He served on the Tokugawa Ieyasu. All right. Throughout this history, Ubisoft continues to misunderstand the nature and role of the samurai. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history and could lead to Asian racism. We demand that Ubisoft immediately stop the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows and show serious investigation and respect for Japanese history and culture. They don't have to do that. As far as they are concerned, they just need to get the bare minimum, and once they put a black man in it, that should be enough for everybody to run again. Like I said, this is how deranged these people are. They've reached a point now where they think that, this is all that is needed for anything to succeed. They just need to paint a black person in there, and that should be the best of everything. It continues on. Your signature is needed. Sign this petition to let Ubisoft know the importance of cultural respect and historical accuracy. As of writing, the petition has garnered 21,000 signatures. Okay, well, we know it's more than that because it's 70,000 here, right? And this article wasn't even that long ago. This article came out on July 1st. So here, this article was not that long ago. So this is actually really impressive to see what's happening. Right, it continues on, and contrary to what many supporters of Shadow's narrative direction may attempt to claim, most of its signatures are Japanese. Yeah, because we have the shields who are out there trying to defend this and say that, the people who are signing this petition is mostly people in Western countries, and that Japanese people have no problem with it. No, I have seen several YouTube videos. There's even this one video from this guy who does YouTube, a Japanese guy, speaks in English, and he was talking about how, a lot of people are very upset in Japan about this game. So it's not like people are just making this up, but again, these people so desperately want to push their own agenda. That's all they could do. These are a few of what so many people have to say. If it is a fiction, I can forgive it. Right? This is what one person has tired you got over my comments. However, we absolutely cannot tolerate such falsehoods as faithful to historical facts. And Yasuke was a great black samurai. If left unchecked and believed to be historical fact, the Japanese will be seen as trying to hide the fact that blacks were such great samurai, and it will become a story that the Japanese are discriminating against blacks. Yeah, when I watched this series, Shogun, really good series, fantastic. Some idiot actually comment about where all the black people in that. These are what these people, they weren't any there at that point in time, but no, as far as the person, you must have it there. You must have it there. This is how they represent everything. You must have that in there for them to feel some kind of way about it. This is it. And you talk about here, but they're trying to change history to fit their own narrative, and this is what they do. This is what they want. But again, the saying goes, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. But these people don't care. They're that obsessed with their entire activism nonsense. And next one, it is obvious. In fact, the overseas internet is already showing this trend. This is a falsification of Japanese history, an insult to the Japanese people, and clear discrimination against them. Yes, it is. Likewise, in the second most of what the comment, that was said, I was a fan of the Assassin's Creed series, but when it was announced, it was a politically correct push of black and LGBTQ plus. Yeah, because actually, they did try to put this thing here. Let's show this article here because Pride picked it up. They're talking about how in the game Yasuke and Naoe might be LGBTQ, because that needs to be in everything. That's what I got to read a part of what they put here. When Assassin's Creed Shadows drops on November 15, queer gamers everywhere may have a reason to celebrate, as it seems the game's developer, Ubisoft, might have certainly confirmed two of its main characters identify as LGBTQ, because God forbid you're just playing a game. No, you must have this. This is what they put there. This is what Ubisoft had put in a blog post. Nawe and Yasuke have disparate personalities that lead them to have different relationships and rapports with other characters. Fantasy mirrors reality when they continue. They don't always feel the same way about people, nor do people always feel the same way about them. Yeah, they talk about how Ubisoft actually hired this person. There's some Professor Sachi Schmidt-Hori who says she's interested in investigating how gender, sexuality, corporeality, and power are represented and negotiated in pre-17th century Japanese narratives and illustrations. Isn't it kind of sick people that they're hiring for these girls, and then they wonder why every time people hear LGBT something in a game, it turns them off because this is the kind of sickness you're trying to push. Next one here. Yasuke is portrayed as a noble samurai who could bow down, and this is treated as historical fact in an attempt to heroize black people and spread false history to the world. This false history of Yasuke can be attributed to talk about this book happening, all of that. No problem. Let's go on. Even if this launch is forced, it is better to express an opposing opinion. This is because overseas, if you do not express your opinion, you are considered to be agreeing with it. That's true. If you voice your objection as an individual, you are likely to be crushed. And they try very hard to do that. So it is better to put it out as a signature so that it remains as an option. You should also voice your objection in English and French. Yeah. Next one, it is good to put out a free creative game for Japanese people. Skin color is not a problem, but the official should not say that this game is historical fact. It should not be said, especially in a series that was said to be faithful to history. If you are going to release the game, you should put a big sign saying it is fiction on top of the game and in the PR for foreign countries. Like I said, do a Yasuke game, say it's fiction, nobody have a problem with it. But for Assassin's Creed, that don't make sense at all. Assassins need to blend in. There's no way this man is going to blend in. Come on. I don't know. Making note of the ongoing battle on Yasuke's various Wikipedia pages. Yeah, because people are out there trying to change Wikipedia to fit their historical activism nonsense. And so on here, you are going to erase him who was brought to Japan as a slave but worked hard to live in that era. If we allow this to happen, we will be seen as having allowed the unintentional and intentional discrimination against Japanese and Asians to continue. Those who say don't get so mad over a mere game will be faced with the reality 5 to 10 years from now. You will realize that you did not mean to do so when you are confronted with reality. Then it will be too late. This is absolutely 100% true. 100% true. Because 5 to 10 years ago, when all this activism, DEI nonsense started, it really started to raise its head during the summer of love protests and things like that happened. When all of this started, people were saying, even then, that those who continue to go out and shout about this are going to be sorry when it reaches that point, a breaking point. I didn't have a channel back then, but I was saying the same thing also. Now we have reached to the point when there is borderline racism in America, borderline racism in America, and attempting to spread otherwise. When we have companies literally, and people literally hating on people because they're white. That is it. You have people so brainwashed into believing this. This is what they're doing. And these people are making these ridiculous moves to put people like Yasuke in a game, like Assassin's Creed, that makes no sense. And yet they're so ingrained in them that this is the right thing to do. If you tell them they are wrong, they're coming out to attack you, but cannot give a logical explanation, a logical reason as to why they are doing anything. No. They just want you to accept the same way that they have accepted all of this, even though it makes absolutely no sense. That is all they want. You must just shut up and say, okay, if you say so, fine and good. It makes no sense, but this is what they wholeheartedly want you to believe. So yeah, there is a petition. It is almost to 75,000. I expect it to get there very soon. Japanese people are pretty damn pissed about this, and they have every reason to be pissed, because you cannot go into people's culture and try to change it to fit your mind virus belief. It does not work like that. It does not work like that. The only reason you put Yasuke in this game is to push your activism. You know it, I know it, Japanese people know it, the people who trying to defend it know it, and they're acting like, why you need to be upset about it? It's just a game. Same people would say, why you getting so upset over comic books? It's not even real. And yet the comic book marketing, not North American comic book marketing is dying because of that. So why you getting so upset over animation and Disney and thing? It's not real. And yet Disney's entire line of everything about is dying. Entertainment dying, movies dying, because people keep embracing this crap and not realizing this is not what anybody wants. Even the people who supposedly believe champion it don't, because they have no money, and they will say one thing online and do something else completely afterwards. That is it. You did this to yourself. You insulted Japanese people by doing this, and they're damn well right to be upset. And rather than take some responsibility and attempt to try and fix it, no, better to come out and attack them. Well, yeah, they ain't taking that. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.